I promise this won't be gross. But it is something you're going to do, probably more than once. And honestly, almost everyone does it wrong. So let's talk about it. I know that the phrase, can be enough to make some people queasy. I mean, so can the word queasy. So I'm going to replace it with a different word. Let me use it in a sentence. I drank so much last night that I discharged on my neighbor's lawn. This morning he was asking his wife, "Honey, where did the dog get all those Twizzlers from?" Discharging well is one of those things you can only learn from living life. Even if you know it in your head, your body still needs to learn it. Knowing things in your head, knowing things in your body, that's a whole other episode. We'll talk about that later. What I'm trying to say is, I can't teach this to you, but I can help you identify the lessons you want to look out for. Shall we count it down? Why not? Let's brighten this thing up. This is the top 3 things you need to learn about discharging. I swear it's not going to be gross. Number 3, don't push it. There's a long lottery period before you end up discharging where you're really just not feeling well. And it's not yet clear whether that lotto number is going to come up or not. Sometimes you get lucky. Everything settles down again and you're okay. Sometimes not. This not feeling well period is really delicate. Because left on its own, the situation might calm down again. And if you're doing something that is contributing to the situation, by all means, stop. But you can't force everything to calm down. The only thing you can be certain of is you can absolutely make things worse. As in many avenues of life, making things worse is always in your control. So don't do that. Don't push it. Learn to sit with that uncomfortable, dischargy feeling. If it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. Obsessing over it only makes it more likely to happen. Number 2, accept when the fight is over. Look, nobody wants this to happen. I'm sure you had other plans. But if you reach that point of no return, don't start hitting the brakes trying to stop everything. Sometimes you need to just pause everything else and take care of yourself for a minute. Get a pillow or fold up a nice towel so you're not just on the floor. And think ahead. If you have long hair, get all that business in order. I used to have long hair, so I still have hair ties. And don't be afraid to ask someone for a trash bag or a can. People like to rise to the challenge in moments of crisis. But you have to ask. Don't be afraid to ask. And number 1, let it go. No jokes, please. I know it's there. Resist the temptation. I'm already thinking of like 5. This is the most important one. Most people, when they discharge, it's a brutal experience because they are fighting it every step of the way. They don't want it to happen, and they're really trying to make it not happen even as it's happening. Now, doing all this doesn't mean it won't be difficult. You may cry or seize up or have any number of other feelings while this is going on. Any feeling you're having is okay to have, but the harder you fight it, the harder it's going to be in the end. Just trust that this moment is not an accident or a mistake. It doesn't matter how messy it might be. Trust yourself to know when something's making you feel bad. And let it go. And I guess if you think about it, this advice could apply to a lot of other hard situations in your life. Be safe, kids.